We're live. We're doing it. Live. Oh. Jeremy's company's bringing coffee. Vic, have you ever done a live with me on YouTube? I don't know if you have.
I don't think so. I have one thing to check real quick. Can I just grab this? I'll be right back.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Oh, why is the text so small? I gotta lean in. Hey, Mando. Hey, Dragon's Bane. Hey, Pat. Stephen O. Universe. Hi. Hi, Austin. Spectacular. I'm doing good. Francine, thank you. I appreciate that. Helen, Arthur, Danny, everyone's here. And guess who else is here?
Ba, ba, ba.
Now you have to snuggle in because it's vertical video.
Oh, jeez. I don't think I've done the YouTube before.
I know. Welcome. This is YouTube. This is Jeremy.
Yeah, this is YouTube. Oh, there's the comments down there. I see that. All right. It's easier to see the count at the top too. That's fine.
Yeah, but I think the comments are smaller.
The comments are definitely smaller. I can't read those.
But I'm so glad that so many people here.
Nice.
Thank you, Universe. Go Bills. Tough season this year so far.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're taking a bye week. Everyone's gonna get rested. People are going to Hawaii and fishing and probably golfing and.
Oh yeah. Warm climates for sure.
We'll get back to the facility probably tomorrow and get ready for.
See how it goes. Chiefs, Cowboys.
Francine says hi. Austin says we're cool. Thank you. Stitch wants to know your favorite Star Wars character.
I like Director Krennic.
Director Krennic, very funny. Director Krennic isn't funny, but when
He's
you do
not
him,
funny.
it's funny.
Yeah. He's just fussy. He's busy.
I like Jyn Erso and Leia and Chirrut Imwe from Rogue One. Can you show Yoda close? I mean, he's the Mattel plush.
You got him. Got him. There he goes.
I got the ring light going, so it looks kind of crazy, like he's being hypnotized.
Oh, his eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's freaky.
But the ring light was easy, and it's right here. When will more Mando videos come out? Well, I do I do a Trooper Mom every Saturday. That's the plan with the YouTube. So I'm gonna stick to that. We'll probably do some Christmas ones, get the whole family into it. I gotta have some Christmas ideas because they've made Christmas cookies, they've done Christmas lists. Yeah. But every Saturday is a Trooper Mom video. So it's just kind of what has worked. Arthur says hi.
Hi, Arthur.
Gigi, hi. Jen, I have a question. Are you gonna make Jeremy an Iron Man suit?
Wow.
Would you want to wear an Iron Man suit?
No, I don't like the armor stuff.
Yeah. You like to be like.
It's a lot, although I really appreciate when I see them.
Oh,
like when
yeah.
Emily Engineer and
Frankly,
yeah, when I see them, I'm like, wow, somebody made that.
Yeah, it's impressive. But I don't think you'd want to wear that.
No.
What I can see you doing is having the one hand. Like
Yeah, that's cool.
Captain America Civil War, where he's in like his Tom Ford and then he puts on the glasses
That is
and
cool.
he does the thing. I can see you doing that.
I did, when we ran into a couple people at the New York Comic Con who had the hand.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think it looks really cool. I would imagine by the end of the day your hand hurts a bit. But that's okay. Why not?
Can you show us Ahsoka's lightsabers? I don't have them down here.
Oh.
But you should build me a lightsaber rack.
Yeah, we should look
Wouldn't
at the
that look
rack.
beautiful, like right on that wall?
That would look cool. That'd be a neat place to
Unfortunately,
have
so
it.
they're actually not on they're upstairs. So I'm not gonna. But that's a good idea. I brought Grogu though. I usually forget him. And someone asked if I could do the Grogu voice.
Hey, Mom. Mom, why did you figure yourself get lightsabers? Everybody wants to see them.
There it is.
Whenever you say that doesn't sound like me, I think it sounds just like me.
I hear you do it from somewhere else in the house, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's Jennifer. Like it's freaky. It's funny.
Spectacular Me Man, you got a lot of good questions. What's your favorite color for lightsaber? I like blue. I like the traditional blue. It's good. How about you?
Oh, probably. I like blue in general. The red looks cool too. Blue or red, I suppose.
Christian Smith, hi, I'm so glad you're here. I went live. Christian has been in my comments saying, when are you going to go live? When are you going to go live?
Here you are.
And here we are. And I was like, oh, I should tag him or something, but I don't know how to do that in lives. And there was no space for tagging him. So I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, found you right here.
You should give Grogu a friend. I think puppeting one is enough. Trooper Mom's his friend. Trooper Mom he can control, so that's like how it is.
It is funny though when there's like a couple of Grogus out, like
Oh, I have the
occasionally.
stunt doubles.
Yeah, that cracks me up. Is when there's like a couple at the table together.
Because some have roboticness.
Yeah,
Some have feet. Right.
Yeah, that makes me laugh.
Zuhair, please respond to what? Did you have a question? I'm sorry, there's a bunch of comments going by. Hey, Pink Bunny, hi. Green Goose, hi. How are you? I was organizing my stuff and I found that the photo of me and Caroline Blankenson. I thought of you when I met you in line for that. Grogu should trap a reindeer and try to fly away on. Ooh, Grogu and Santa. Interesting.
That's fun.
We had Elf on last night.
Yeah. That was fun
Grogu
to
could
watch.
be
I
like-
actually watched it more than I thought I did.
Yeah, I thought let's just have it on, just have something Christmassy
Yeah.
on. And then we ended up sitting there and watching it. It's a cute one. My favorite costume. My favorite costumes are the ones I put the most work in. I'm most proud of them. So that'd be like Bo-Katan, Mando, Zori, Bliss, and like Val from Solo, because there's sewing, there's leather work, there's 3D printing, there's 3D modeling in the case of Val. So those are the ones I like the most. Ahsoka's too. Oh no! Sorry.
It's alright.
She get a baby Chewbacca. Oh, like the little, what are they called? The young, there's like a line of plush. It's like a little Ewok. I was saying something cute, like young friends. Young friends. Like it's like a little baby Greedo. And a
like
little
tiny.
baby,
Yeah.
and I think I have a Jawa and an Ewok. So, what's your favorite food? Ooh, what's your favorite food?
It depends. I go through different
Yeah.
phases. Mexican's kind of a consistent standard,
Mhm.
but then I really like Indian food. I like steak. I like summertime food.
When you were a kid, though, you had a favorite food.
I did. It was pizza or spaghetti.
Yeah.
And I still love Italian food, but
Uh-huh.
I if I have it once, then I'm good for a
Kinda
couple
good.
months.
Yeah, same.
This makes me real tired, but it's really good.
What's your favorite player on the Bills? Who's your favorite player on the Bills? It used to be Devin Singletary, but he plays the Texans.
Yeah, I liked Motor.
Is it Cook now? You like James? Because you like the running game.
Yeah, I think Cook is cool. I also really like Jordan Poyer.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Poyer's cool.
Poyer's cool.
Yeah, that's probably right.
I hate to just pick one, but I'm partial to people that we've been blessed to have a nice experience with, like at camp. We met like Dawson Knox, and we
Yeah.
met Deion Dawkins. I think those were cool. And then I think just Stefan is the coolest. Ahsoka season 2 is greenlit from Lucasfilm. That's good to know, but you would think it would be because it kind of ended on a cliffhanger, no? Do you have a porg? Well, I don't have a porg. Not a porg kind of girl.
Don't you have any pork around?
I don't think so. You have like a porg pin.
Yeah, maybe a pork pin.
But like some people got like really into porgs.
Yeah,
That really wasn't.
Walk around
that
on your
wasn't-
shoulder
that-
or in your bag.
They were cute, but that wasn't me. Favorite candy? What's your favorite candy?
Anything dark chocolate.
Yeah.
And probably of that dark chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups is really good.
But then you'll have
why
like
do I keep getting moved?
because there's this space
Well,
in
because
the way.
this chair is huge.
And I'm trying to get us both. Because I had to be close enough to touch the comments,
I see.
but also be
Far enough away.
far enough away that we can both be in the shot.
Yep.
Vertical video, it's a challenge, man. My favorite candy, I'm a little more partial to sugary candy. But it depends. Like, am I in a Red Vines mood? I'm in a Sour Patch Kids mood. Am I in a Sweet Tarts mood? But I like chocolate. I like Junior Mints and peanut butter, like trees or hearts too. But that's a very specific kind of candy. I was watching a video the other day about, and they had a word for it. Like there's certain things. Their example was, like, when I go to a hotel room, I only watch Shark Tank. I never watch Shark Tank any other time. When I'm on an airplane, I only drink ginger ale, and I never drink ginger ale. And
That is so
there's actually a
true.
word for it. And I thought about that, like, Oh, we have a couple of those.
We watch those border protection shows.
And Animal Planet. We
Yeah.
will devour Animal Planet in a hotel room and at
I
no
never watch it any
other
other time. No.
And same on the plane. Like I'll get tomato juice on the plane, and never,
Yeah, I don't buy it.
ever at home. Or stuff like you order from room service. We order room service. Is stuff I would never.
Yeah. And I also like on vacation, I really like salmon. And then you go to the grocery store because you're like, oh, I'll get salmon. It's like $80 or something.
Okay, but that's not because if it wasn't $80, you would still get it. You would
Maybe
still eat
not
it.
though. Maybe, like at least I look at
That's
it.
just for like smoked salmon. That's only for breakfast.
Maybe
in nice
at
hotels.
a hotel. Yeah, maybe.
Anyway,
Maybe.
I was thinking about that when someone asked me about candy. Catherine, we got the package. I'm in like project crazy mode. I'm like, well, it doesn't seem like you are because you're doing this live. I got it. I haven't opened it yet.
It's
the
upstairs,
art
yeah.
on the side of the box. Val at the post office and we were admiring it and we were talking about it. It's just been, I want to like, I had makeup on my face yesterday. Like I didn't get to open it, but I got it. I am so grateful. Yes, I've gotten it, but I haven't opened it yet. I'm like waiting. I just need to get through like a big project I'm working on and I can. Thank you so much. What was your comment about it? I want to be surprised. Yes, I got it. I got it yesterday. Picked up yesterday. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's upstairs. You were super
It looks big, and I love the art on the side of it. I've saved. It's like the third time someone has painted or drawn something on the outside of the box, and I save it.
Yeah, you said.
I collapse it and I put it with like my things that need to be hung up. So
Yeah.
thank you. Favorite character from Star Wars to act out. Well, you have the one. You have the X-wing boss.
Which one?
When you're only in the Trooper Mom. That's
Oh,
You
yeah.
have one character.
That's right.
That's fun to write for. I kind of wish I did that. That looks actually really fun. You have like glitter here.
I always have glitter. I don't know. It's a TJ Maxx.
No,
Lots of glittery things at TJ Maxx.
you didn't show everyone on YouTube
Oh,
what you got at
well,
TJ
take
Maxx.
the.
When Jeremy went out to get coffee, he also stopped at TJ Maxx and got coffee.
So
I
I
don't know if you
like
guys care.
I like the Joffrey's.
Oh, glasses are coming on. It's serious.
I like why because I can't read. I like the Joffrey's Parks seasonal coffees,
Oh,
and there's 5 this Christmas season.
look how cute. Oh, it's a
There's another. Yeah, they really smell good.
white
And then
chocolate
we've got
caramel.
Minnie Mouse Merry Mint and Mickey Mouse Very Merry Blend. And this is the Festive Fairy Tale Brew.
Oh,
And then Star Wars coffee, believe it or not, with the Groves. Look at that guy.
what I love about this, it's white chocolate and peppermint, which are the exact flavors I love in coffee. And look at him. He's so cute. He's like winding up to pelt some guy with a snowball. Will you make this later?
Sure. So sometimes people ask where you get these, and I actually find them at TJ Maxx or at Marshalls or Home Goods. I know that they also do them as a K-cup, so you can get K-cup versions, which we don't have a
Oh,
K-cup
cinnamon
machine,
and vanilla.
so-
That's what the princess
Yeah,
is.
these will be cool.
Anyway,
Joffrey's holiday. It's nice.
share with people the world.
There's one more.
I know. I only have one thing from this side.
Just saying.
Hardest costume to get into. I asked this question a couple times.
Val.
It is. Yeah. Which one?
The one with the arm cups.
Not the Mud Trooper, the traditional Val?
Oh, the Mud Trooper. I
Yeah,
forget about
Mud
that
Trooper.
one. That's the one.
So from Solo: A Star Wars Story, I did Val, Tandy Newton's character, and I have her Mud Trooper disguise as well. And they're
That's the
both
one.
so hard to get into. That's why they never appear in videos. I can't do it by myself. I actually cannot get those costumes on by myself.
Would you have made, now that you do a lot of 3D printing, would you have made those arm cups as a 3D print rather
Yeah.
than PVC pipe?
Well, it's 3D prints around a PVC pipe because I didn't know what I was doing back then.
Yeah.
So- Does Jeremy like the X-Wing pilot more or Doctor Strange?
Oh,
So
Doctor Strange.
easy.
That's easy. I actually don't like wearing the X-Wing pilot at all. It's slightly better since you got me different boots. The first boots I had,
You had vintage.
Bad
Vintage.
times.
I thrifted some motorcycle boots, and they're just really because they're actual steel-toed boots. Are super heavy, not that comfy.
yeah, really difficult.
And even though I just have you stand outside,
Yeah.
and then even I have you like not even wear.
Yeah, but there has to be breakfast. If you get me breakfast, I'll do it.
But even the last time you did it, you had slides on. You didn't have the boots
That's
on.
true.
And you're
I
still
wore
like, I hate
Adidas
the X-Wing.
flip-flops. You know why? Because the harnesses, like every time you walk, they like catch my knees, and it's not that comfortable of a costume to wear. I actually don't like to wear it.
Which is so funny. Then people say, "Why don't you make him an Iron Man costume?" Like he thinks the X-wing is uncomfortable.
I like capes.
Like if
Big
he
cape guy.
thinks the X-wing is comfortable, he's not going to put a whole Iron Man on.
No.
Bye, Austin. Should make Grogu a Christmas jumper. Oh, I wish I could knit or crochet. I've crocheted, but oh, what a nice comment. Sprinkles to Jen, what motivates you to make videos? Because I love your content. Thank you so much. Well, I like this job of creating content. It's fun. I like working for myself. It's pretty good. I mean, it's stressful and there's a lot of ups and downs. So I like that. So the general motivation is to keep, the train chugging along. In terms of like the stories I make, I just kind of think about like for Trooper Moms in particular, like what do kids like? What are kids into? Like, kids love magic tricks or they love food or stuff like that, Or they hate bath time or wonder why bath soap doesn't smell like dad's bath soap. Just stuff that I think that kids would wonder. So I think of it from a kid's perspective. I mean, I feel like they're Trooper Mom videos because that's obviously me in the it's me playing all three parts. But the Grogu is the main character and it's through his lens, I think. So that's what I think about. And then just like for other things, like whether it's the TIE pilots trapped in Endor, if you've been trapped in Endor for so long, like what would you think about? What would go through your mind and stuff like that? So. You do Rebels cosplay. I think I'm doing something with Ahsoka. I'll be quite honest, the animated looks aren't always quite my thing. Maybe a clone. So many people say, Jen, you gotta do a clone. I'm like, oh, maybe. I just did Ahsoka. I'm doing another one soon. Can't wait. I'll probably show you next week. What's Jeremy's favorite costume made for him? Super easy.
Doctor Strange.
Same answer.
For sure.
Doctor Strange. Yeah. You love that thing.
I love Krennic too, the full cape, because I think the white cape is awesome to look at. But Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange I could wear all weekend. The boots are super comfortable. The costume's super comfortable.
Everybody knows. Everybody
likes it. Takes me about a week to get the facial hair right.
That's right. You need a week's notice.
Doctor Strange for sure.
You should put cosplay Jabba the Hutt. Not in the plan, no. That's very funny. What's your favorite movie? Oh man, I don't have a favorite movie. I like so many. When I'm asked that question, I think of what's a movie that really surprised me in a good way recently. And I know it came out earlier this year, The Flash. So I missed that in the theater. It got pulled, blah, blah, blah. Ezra Miller, all kinds of trouble. So I didn't go to see it in the theater. It was a really busy summer. So I saw it on a plane. I'm like, this movie was great. I had a blast watching that movie. So it's not my favorite movie, obviously, but I remember thinking, wow, I really enjoyed that and almost wish I had seen it on a big screen. So, but that's how I answer my favorite movie question. Like, what movie this year kind of like struck you like, wow, that was a blast. I had a great time.
I think for me, at least at this point, I'm still really enjoying Top Gun Maverick.
You love Top Gun Maverick.
Which I do, yeah. I think that's super cool, and how they made it and when they made it and all the things.
I wish we'd seen it in IMAX.
Would have been so cool.
Would have been really cool.
So that's my answer on that one right now.
Favorite lightsaber hilt? Ahsoka's are good. Oh, Dynamite King, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Lightsaber hilt, also the classic Youngling's Lair 3000. It's from all three trilogies. It's like the big Star Wars lightsaber. Dynamite King, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Favorite Christmas movie? It's funny, we were picking a Christmas movie to have on last night because we wanted something Christmassy on when we had the tree. And we picked Elf just because that seemed like that's a nice short one. Is that my favorite Christmas movie though?
Favorite Christmas movie?
Die Hard, Iron Man 3.
For a while, I really liked The Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story is hard to beat, but like that's.
It sort of has.
No, but it's still like, it was funny about Christmas Story. Just like, oh, a Christmas Story, and then it'll be on.
Yeah.
And he'll get to the part where he's unboxing the gun.
Yeah.
And you're like, dang, this movie gets you. Like it's zany and hilarious, and then it is so sweet at the end. And at the very, very end when they're having the duck in the restaurant.
When was that
It's
Christmas?
pretty flawless. That was on Max, right?
Christmas
The
Story
sequel?
2. What,
Yeah.
was that last year?
Was that last year? It wasn't bad,
Yeah.
but it was missing a little bit of the something. I don't want to say Christmas Story because it seems like a cliched answer, but I don't think there's a better answer. It's really well done. Even though you've seen it 8,100 million times,
Yeah.
it still gets you every year. Thanks, Eliane, for coming by. Can we get a video of all the 2023 coupon videos? Oh, I haven't done a compilation in a while. I should do that. Like a long form.
Which
That's a good one to do.
videos do they want to put together?
Well, I've been doing like about, I don't know, every like 16 videos or so, I would do like one long form, so they all
Oh,
are
okay.
back to back to back to back.
Nice.
I haven't done one in a while. I'm busy, but I should do it. Favorite Mando character? Ooh, Din Djarin is my favorite, I think. Yeah. How about you? Favorite character in The Mandalorian? Is this guy?
Might be Grogu. I also
He's
think
goofy.
I think Bo-Katan is pretty cool.
She is cool.
Yeah.
Have you seen Heart of the Sea? I don't think I have.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
Favorite Star Wars movie, babe? What's yours?
I like Rogue One or The Force Awakens.
Those are good ones. Mine's Force Awakens and Rogue One and Empire Strikes Back. What did you do a Shin Hati cosplay? I what? Hattie? Shin Hati? Hattie? The blonde in Ahsoka.
Oh,
Maybe. I probably would do Sabine first. I like her live action look quite a bit. Even though I have done like a bunch of armors and Mandalorian helmets, I like Sabine's look. I think if I pick one, but I also like Hera's cute flight jacket too. That's cute. I like that. Would you rather have a different pet or stay with Neville? Unfortunately, Neville did pass away. So, but we're getting close to being ready for another pet.
Yep.
We're trying to talk about it and think about it. He was a great cat, but
Yeah,
he
a
was
great
very sick. So, Nora, it's your birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Nora.
Happy birthday, Nora. I hope you have a great day. People ask me what kind of 3D printer I use. I will tell you, but don't get it. I'm not gatekeeping. I don't like that. But my printer was also from 2017, and I think printer technology has advanced quite significantly.
I'm sure.
So I have the DaVinci 1.0 Pro. They still sell it. It's enclosed, but do not get it. Get something better. I know people talking about the Elegoo's are really good. The Neptune, I guess Bamboo out of a box is making one that you don't have to like think it. You just flip it on and it prints gorgeous. Like that's
Wow.
probably what I should get. But yeah, I have a DaVinci 1.0 Pro.
Would you get another enclosed one, or would you get an open flatbed?
I don't really know what's happening right now. I like the idea of a close because of like dust and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I got a bigger one, that would be big,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So. Thrush Flight, thank you. King Kong or Godzilla? I know King Kong. He's a New Yorker. He came to New York. You have a Lego Trooper Mom Grogu Mandalorian. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I think right there, I have. People gave this to me at a con. They're just sitting right there.
Oh yeah, they're
These
there.
guys. That's awesome. Most comfortable costume. Oh, it's probably Jyn Erso. Anything that's like comfy like that? Cause it's just like clothes with no armor or anything. Or Leia or Holdo, something like that. It's just like a big swishy gown kind of thing. Or Rey. I don't know why I said it's Rey. All the Reys are super comfortable. Reys for days.
It's not just about the costume; it's about the shoes, right?
Yeah.
And you don't realize that till you go to a con and walk
Yeah.
around on those cement floors
Yeah.
for a day, and you're like, oh.
Or you notice it when
Huh.
you're like New York Comic Con and it's all carpeted. You're like, oh, this is like way
Yeah.
better. So. Hey Jen, what's your favorite cosplay to get into? You're my favorite cosplay YouTuber. First of all, thank you. There's so many great cosplay YouTubers to be your favorite. Huge honor. Favorite to get into? I like anything I can get into quickly. So, but it has to be a combination of like I can get into Leia quickly, but I gotta do the buns. So the quickest one I can do is probably like a pilot, like the Resistance pilot. That's pretty quick. But even her belt's like a little bit of an ordeal. Every Star Wars costume is an ordeal. Every single one. Even when it seems simple, it's not. But hello there from GalaxyCon Columbus. Hi. Would you make Sabine's armor also her saber can be found on Saber Theory? I know I've seen people model her lightsaber. I probably 3D print her armor because I've 3D printed other Mandalorian armors, but I haven't looked into it at all. I've seen other people make it. It's not in my research plans yet at all. Who do you like more, Obi-Wan or Darth Vader? I mean, Obi-Wan's a little less volatile, you know. Darth Vader gets a little cranky. Killed a bunch of people.
It's true.
So maybe Obi-Wan. Can you do a Christmas skit? Yes, we'll have Christmas skits coming. Probably starting next week, I guess. For Trooper Mom and Mando, I think. And Grogu, obviously. Are you Disney World, Disneyland people? And what's your favorite Disney cruise ship? Disney World people, only because we live on the East Coast,
Yeah,
so that's
East Coast.
closer. But we just were in California last month and loved it.
Especially California Adventure.
Especially California
so
Adventure.
Cool.
So cool. We have never been on a Disney cruise ship. So we don't have a favorite.
It's true. No, it's true. I think some of what they're doing theme wise with the newer ships looks pretty cool, but
Yeah.
we haven't had the experience yet.
So hopefully maybe soon we'll get to experience it.
Yeah.
Hi, 221, it's your birthday. Hi, happy birthday, hi, 221. I picked 3. It's The Force Awakens, The Empire Strikes Back, and Rogue One.
I'll do Rogue One and Force Awakens.
Kenneth Cohen, thank you so much for saying you like the videos. I appreciate that. How did you start cosplaying? Well, we did Halloween costumes every year.
Right.
And then one year, it was the Halloween after The Force Awakens came out, so it would have been 2016, right? And so I wanted to do Rey from The Force Awakens. And I was researching, like, oh, what fabrics, you just trying to, like, shop and stuff. And I stumbled onto these cosplay communities. And I was like, oh, I had no idea there were these whole, like, groups devoted to finding the exact stuff that she wore, her exact shoes, the whole thing. And I was like, dang, this is amazing. And so I just got hooked on, like, the puzzle solving aspect of it. And obviously I've always loved Star Wars, but having, movies again after having a little break from it was really exciting. And so I've been making them ever since. And then I just would make videos and like post photos to Instagram, had a very small, following there. And then during the pandemic, I had more time. I started making videos and here we are.
Took off.
It's been really, I got really, really lucky. I'm really grateful. Oh, Haley, I'm so sorry to hear about your dog. Jen, how many Grogus do you have now? Of the Mattel, so I have 3, and they're all different. So this one is the regular Stumpy, the one that has no feet. And there's one that looks a lot like this, except his mouth is a little different, and he has feet. So I use him when I need someone where he can sit or have his like toes out or something like that. And then I have the animatronic one with the remote control. I haven't used him a lot. I've used him a couple of things. I need him to like move a little bit. So it's like 95% this one, and the other 2 are just like very specific circumstances. But like for Halloween this year, he was Rex, a clone trooper, and that whole video was the other one because he was wearing pants. Obviously, this one can't wear pants. He has no legs, so stuff like that.
Do you still have some backups too? Don't you have some backups?
I do, because they have changed the manufacturing. I've seen the new ones their heads are really squishy. Now, is that helpful to get into hats and stuff? Yes. Do I like the mold? No. Do I like the color? I don't. So I have a couple of the 2021s in boxes in case of emergencies. So, but he's held up. I did a video, but I restuffed him.
Yeah, he's
thanks
doing
to
good.
Catherine's help and her gifts. He could use a little clean. His eyes are a little scratched up, but not too bad. They're still pretty reflective.
Yeah, he's doing good.
And I like that he's a tiny bit dirty. I think it gives him shadow and dimension. He's not like this squeaky plastic. It makes him look less plastic when he has a little bit of shadow to his face.
Yeah.
And I see his little dirty cheeks, and I remind him that he's been in the lake and in the snow and in the driveway.
That's right.
And at the Bills game and at Celebration and like on airplanes, like he's been. It's kind of cool.
He did go sledding.
That's what I say. He's been. In the
That's
snow.
right. What was his sled? I don't remember. Did we have a
It
little
was
sled?
a little American Girl doll sled. He did not fit in it at all. This is very funny. He should go sledding again this year. He needs like a bigger sled. He needs like a toboggan.
Yeah.
Be good. You and Dolores, my favorite cosplay YouTuber.
Oh, that's
Thank you. So stay tuned because Larissa's her real name, and she did a video with Jeremy as Director Krennic in New York Comic Con, and she sent it to me. She hasn't posted it yet, but she sent it to me. It's very funny. You're very funny.
Thank you. That was fun to do.
That'd be a fun little crossover. Can you draw? That'd be an honor if you drew me. You should do Grogu skit where he steals Santa's sleigh. Why? Like, first of all, that's very funny. But how would I do that? Where would I, like, I have to...
You need a sleigh.
I can't just draw it, you know. I would need a sleigh. But something with Santa is pretty funny. Maybe you could be Santa.
Could. I'm into making a sleigh, too.
I like kind of cynical Santa. Kid, I do this all night. What do you want from me, you know? Hey Jen, do you have any tips for costume making? I'm actually making a few costumes for next Halloween. It might take a while, so you just start sooner or later, but thank you. I love being asked for costume making tips, but it is a really difficult question because so many costumes are made so many different ways, right? Some costumes are sewn, some costumes are bought, some costumes you do 3D printing, some you create out of floor mats and make foam. So to say, take a sewing class, that's like, but Jen, I'm making Iron Man, you know what I mean? So my best advice is research what you're making and see what other people have done before you. So like when people have come to me like, oh, I want to make Master Chief from Halo, I'm like, well, that sounds great. I don't know one thing about how that costume was made. I haven't made it, but I've 3D printed armor. You know what I mean? So like find people that have made that, see what they did, look at photos. The research can be my favorite part, like looking at all like details and then it can help you formulate a plan. Like, let's say this costume is a shirt and pants and cape and boots, right? You're like, okay, that cape looks like something I could just buy. I'm gonna buy that. But that shirt, I'm gonna make that. I need to figure out how to make that. And the pants, that's like something in my closet. And those boots, oh, that could be a boot that I own, but I could just sew a leather thing that goes, you know what I mean? Like, you look at what you're making and make a plan. I think that's really fun. And make mistakes, and you're gonna make a lot of them.
And enjoy it, right?
Yeah, it should be fun.
It's supposed to be fun and creative and something that's not work, and of course it's a time and investment and other things, but just make it fun.
I love that question, but I love that question. It's such an honor that I'm asked that, but the answer really is it depends.
Yeah.
You know, but having a plan is good for most things. You should make parody of Home Alone with Grogu as Kevin. That's very funny. You'd have to play both the bad guys. Favorite attraction at Disney World?
Currently, it's probably Guardians.
Guardians, yeah.
Cosmic Rewind. I also really love Tron.
Yeah.
So Tron and Guardians, maybe depending on the day, Guardians more than Tron. Some days Tron more than Guardians. But
And it's not
Guardians,
just
Tron.
because they're brand new-ish.
No.
They're really special
They're really
rides,
cool.
yeah.
Both are really special.
Because Ratatouille is also new. This was in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's not bad,
No, it's good.
but it's good.
Yeah.
But it's not Guardians of Tron for us,
Right.
our opinion. So, what about over in California? Oh, you like the Radiator?
I really like Cars Land Radiator
The
Springs.
Radiator Springs, yeah.
And it's not that it's overly special. It's just really beautifully done.
Yeah,
Visually, I think it's stunning. And
it's really pretty with the music, and then
Yeah.
you get to race the other car at the end.
yeah,
It's
I think
nice.
it's really
The queue's
that's
nice.
really cool.
It's well done.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for me it's Guardians too.
We did just ride Guardians without the music or without
Oh, right,
without
the music
lights.
turned off and it stopped. And then
So-
they gave us like a return pass, but we were flying out the next
Yeah.
day.
So the ride stopped, but the music continued, and then the music ended, and then they let us go through the rest of the way in the dark without
Yeah,
music.
without music, it was
Which
less,
is
it was
kinda
less,
weird.
less exciting. Yeah.
Did they turn the lights on at all?
No.
No. Yeah, pretty cool.
Favorite Star Wars film, the original trilogy, is The Empire Strikes Back, but they're all good. Yes, a drawing would be amazing. Thank you. Oh, Daniel, thank you so much. What's the most expensive video I've ever made?
Wow.
I mean, it depends on what you're allocating in terms of costs, right? Because technically, when you're traveling somewhere far and you're making a video there, are you taking into account the cost of the travel? But I would have gone anyway, even though I was making video. That's a really interesting question. Let me try to answer. What's the most expensive thing I've bought just for a video? And that's not a costume because those are several videos, and I wear them for other things. It's been a while. When I first started doing these videos, I would buy all kinds of things like outfits and props and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what popped? I don't know if this is the answer. I did a video with the Thai pilots where they were on the run and they got attacked by an Ewok, and it's a stupid Ewok backpack. But because that was because it was vintage or something, I had to go on eBay to get it. I think that was like $50, which I remember thinking that's actually more than I kind of wanted to spend in this silly video. But I like the Ewok backpack. So I have this Ewok backpack, and I think of it because it hangs in my closet, and I've never used it again for anything else. I'm like, wow, I spent $50 on that
Ewok
thing.
backpack.
So, but that I think that comes to mind because it was such a ridiculous exception. That usually it's stuff that I'm using around the house, or I'll get like a pack of things from Target of like doll clothes that I'll use for multiple things and stuff like that. And then I've gotten to the point where people send me things and I incorporate them in the videos. Like Teresa, I'm not sure if you're here. I have a pile of stuff from Teresa, skateboard and like magic. I shot the skateboard video. He like has wizard robes for him.
Grogu armor.
So that's fun. Like people send me stuff to incorporate in them now. But back when I was getting going, I'm like, oh, I need an Ewok for this video. How am I doing an Ewok in this video? Ewoks are so small. I need to be big and scary. Oh, I'll use the Ewok backpack. So that was silly. It's like very great. That's a really interesting question. No one's ever asked me anything like that before. What Star Wars costume are you planning to make next?
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Underway. I'm not being deliberately like.
No.
I'm not ready
Yeah.
yet. Still working on it.
I see pieces of it.
No. But I'm working on one right now. Right now. And I still have all these videos to show you about how I made Ahsoka. Ahsoka was crazy because like the other ones I got back it got out of sync on YouTube a little bit, but what I want to do generally is I make a video, I make a piece and I share a video about it when I'm making a costume. So I'm kind of sharing the process in somewhat of real time. What got crazy with Ahsoka is I made that so fast. Like I got the opportunity I got the lightsabers, and then my friend sold me the headpiece. Like, oh, I could actually get this done. So I like made it so fast that I made it before I had a chance to post one video about it. So I still have all those videos to go too about Ahsoka. So
What was driving your time for that? Toronto?
yeah, I wanted to go to Toronto.
Finance with Toronto.
Finance with
Yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Like the show came out, and I was enjoying the show, and then my friend sold her headpiece. I'm like, oh, that was the kind of one thing. I'm like, I'm gonna make the headpiece because her headpiece is gorgeous. But I want to be able to make it my own. I like trying stuff. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a lot of trial and error and daunting. But then once I had that figured out, and all I had to do was sew and 3D print armor, I'm like, well, I can do that. That's I all day long. That's not a mystery at all. So.
What does your headpiece get stored in?
It's in that purple bag.
Oh, a bag. Okay.
But it probably is going to use the Foot Locker, I think, because I want it to be,
fun.
be protected because it's
Yeah,
soft.
better.
Yeah. So, like a skit of Grogu ice skating. Well, we need ice, so that probably won't be until 2024, because we haven't even had snow here yet. But that's fun.
Have you ever? We haven't taken Grogu out in the ice.
It's just Mando.
Yeah.
How many Bullocks games have you been to this year? Just one. Went to the Jets game. It was fantastic. What a great game.
So good.
And we got to go to training camp. And someone asked me in another live, like, how many games do you go to a year? We go to one.
Yeah.
We don't have season ticket kind of money.
No.
Or time, quite frankly. But we watch every single game, every weekend. So one
Because we're
game.
also not near there. Yeah.
Right. It's a bit of a commitment to go. So
We had a good weather weekend though. These other weekends
we had a
have not been
blast.
great.
It was a great weather. It was a great game. It was a great environment. I don't know what's gonna happen with the season. So if the season ends and there is no postseason, I'm pretty happy with the game. we
Yeah.
got to
Oh,
see.
for sure.
All right, it's 1:45. We should probably take a few more questions, then we're probably gonna wrap it up. We got stuff to do.
Do you think our deliveries here?
Maybe. We should go check. Favorite character, Ahsoka. Hi, Logan. I'm running to people who don't know Star Wars. There's a wide galaxy. That's true. You know, I find that people too. It's a big world, lots of stuff to be interested in. Bills are doing well. Saints and Patriots in our building phase. Yeah, we're 6-6. We're not even probably gonna make the playoffs this year. It's so we'll see. Been a tough season. How many Star Wars costumes do you have? 30, 25, something like that. I should have a count and I don't. I kind of know what I have and I grab it. I think 30 feels about right.
You don't make as many as you used to, though. For a while,
When I first started, I was like chugging through them. I'm like, oh, I gotta make another one. Make another one. But the ones that are just sewing are quicker for me because
Sure.
sewing is my first best skill.
Yeah.
So it's been a couple years, 5 years I think, since I've done a costume that's Star Wars that's just sewing.
Yeah.
I think Holdo was the last one. Oh no, but then even Rey from Rise of Skywalker, I still do all the leather work on that too, that was like a belt. But it was a belt and 2 arm pieces.
Yeah.
But so now it's like it's sewing, it's leather work, it's 3D printing. It's a lot of things to do. So they're a bit harder to knock out quickly, though I'm doing it. Snips or Sky Guy snips. But they're cool. How do I edit my videos? I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I video edited before I did YouTube, so that was kind of the tool I used. When everyone asks me what I edit, and I say Adobe Premiere Pro, and it's an expensive program. That's just what I use when I'm comfortable with. But there's so many great ones. Sony Vegas is totally free. Final Cut Pro is $300 once, and then you never have to buy it again. So that's just what I use, but it is by no means something that everyone needs. Make a video of Grogu in the costume closet. Oh, that's fun. He showed up as like a prop sometimes, where like the biker scout costume's going like, we're like the stars here, you know, and she has him, but he doesn't have a role.
Remember Neville was in the costume closet one time?
He was. That video I think has still kind of gotten a little bit of play. I get comments on that every once in a while. People asking about Neville.
He was just resting in there, right?
That was the thing. Like, what happens if Neville curled up in the costume closet and got hair all over everything? That was the premise of it, you know.
It's fun.
I'm gonna make more Clone Wars skits. Have I made any Clone Wars skits? I would need to start making Clone Wars skits to make one. My head is turned by clone armor, but I would need more than one because they gotta talk to each other. But I could see that being something I do, but not soon.
You know what's cool about the Clone War armor is when you see a bunch together.
Oh, clones, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. And you know, you walk around a con and you see a group that always catches your eye. Like, wow, look at that.
Well, also unlike stormtroopers,
Yeah.
like the clones have a lot of personality.
They do.
And they have like some, you know, that one guy that left the clones and went to like have a family, and the other guy that like kind of betrayed, and like the Clone Wars did a good job in showing kind of grunt life in an interesting way.
Yeah.
And I can see why there's the appeal and why people say you should do clone, you know. I feel like there's good stuff there. And then especially more recently, the more of these Disney Plus shows we get, so many of them to have these roots in the Clone Wars, whether it's Obi-Wan or it's Ahsoka or it's even the Mandalorian has like, you know, comes from themes and worlds that we first learned about in the Clone Wars. So the more new Star Wars we get that's based on that feels like it's important. And it's already important to a lot of people. I've always said, no, I'm not telling you no, no. Just because aesthetically, because I like costumes and textures and fabrics and stuff, I haven't leaned towards Clone Wars costumes. It doesn't mean I don't enjoy the show. And anyway.
I wonder if in Filoni's new role, if there'll even be more of that. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because that certainly is his, you know.
His jumping off point for
That's
sure.
his jumping off point, exactly. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, the storytelling was really good, and I like because they did a good job pacing the show too. They did a good job showing different aspects of, because they did these arcs, you know what I mean? You could take an episode of just talking about what is going on with these clone troopers, you know what I mean? And not sacrifice the big picture of like what Anakin and Ahsoka and Obi-Wan and Shakti and everybody are doing, you know? It was good. I was rewatching it last month a little bit for reasons you'll probably see next week, and I was like, man, this is good. It's a good, easy.
Which one? What
The Clone Wars.
Oh, the Clone Wars.
Yeah. So, and I'm glad they got to finish it with that 7th season. Do you think the Bills will make the playoffs? I think the Eagles game was a big.
That was a big one.
That was a big one to not win.
Yeah.
It's really tough. It's really tough.
Both because the numbers all matter,
Mathematically,
and also the momentum
yeah.
wise, that would have been huge.
Huge. So I think we're already at a point now where it's not even up to us. Like we need help. We need other people to lose. It's a tough position to be in if you don't control our own destiny at all. And we got tough opponents. We got both the Cowboys and the Chiefs coming up. We got the Dolphins again. Like it's gonna be. I don't know.
Well, that's the other thing that's interesting too, is the longer the season goes on, the less of the control over that answer you have.
Yeah.
Like initially you're like, well, we have to win, and we have to win more than the others in the
Yep.
conference. Okay. Well, now it's not about that anymore.
Right.
Now it's about
You need help.
you need this, and that has to happen, and this
Yeah.
has to, like 5 things have to happen.
Right.
So-
It's simply, obviously, if they keep playing 500 football, they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. How long did it take you to make that True Prom costume? Oh, that was a while ago. That was actually in 2017. And it was my first time doing a vacuum formed armor kit. So I was just kind of doing what I was doing. It felt like it took that summer. But again, when people ask me how long it take me to make the costume, it's not like I do it from sun up to sundown every single day. So I say it took me all summer. It didn't take me like all summer 40-hour weeks because I have other, back then I had like a full-time job and the whole deal. Like I'd work on a little bit here, on the weekend a little bit there, some weekends not at all because I got busy. Sometimes you're waiting for stuff to dry and glue. So when I say it took me like 2 months, it's not 2 months straight, but I feel like it took a couple months of or that summer, I think.
Do I remember right when you were doing the Scout Trooper, like you would boil water?
Yeah.
And that would help you mold
it, yeah.
I'm just remembering that
Yeah.
now. Yeah, it's a while
Yeah.
ago,
Before I 3D printed stuff.
but yeah.
Oh, I like the kits too. It's starting to crack too. Her belt has cracks in it, so it might be time for a new one. Favorite Bills player? We were talking about this earlier. I do love Stephon Diggs. I think he's super exciting. Sorry, I'm just getting real twisted.
That's right.
So that's better. But I like them all. I also like the players I got to meet super briefly, like super for a second at training camp. That's nice, like Dawson Knox and Deion Dawkins and. But I also really respect the players that contribute so much to the team. Like, I always knew Matt Milano was great, and seeing when he was injured, I'm like, oh man, that's a real big loss. How about you?
I like both Jordan Poyer and Cook right now is good. I like
like a good
seeing the
running
guys
game.
who run.
Yeah,
I
you
think
like
that's
running
pretty
game.
cool.
Grogu makes a lengthier list of once he wants for Christmas. Yeah, that feels on brand for him. Any tips to get for fixing a 3D printer belts? Oh, like the actual
Ooh.
belt? Well, get a new belt.
That's
I
step one.
don't think you're fixing that. Get a new one. The belt that controls the height of it depends if your extruder's moving or the bed moves. Like my printer, actually, the extruder moves and most have the bed. Anyway, get a new belt and watch YouTube videos. Buy someone who has your exact printer.
Yeah.
I've never had to fix a belt. I'm sorry. The most surgery I've done on my 3D printer is having to completely take it apart to get an extruder clog. And that's it.
There are, and I think about what we've done with the clogs. Some of the YouTube videos make it pretty understandable, like
Yeah.
what's going on, and
Right.
so you may look at the printer and go, "Dude, this is way
Yeah.
beyond." Just small steps. Take a look, but don't get in over your head. Like different people have different abilities, and if you watch that video and you're like, "This
can't-
is not my thing," don't tear into it. Like don't really start pulling it all apart. And, see what it is, get the part, see where you're at.
Right. That is something they don't tell you when you start 3D printing, is that you have to be a 3D printer mechanic.
Yeah.
You have to be.
And the problem with the 3D printer is, and we've done it, to get it serviced, you have to send it.
I did. I sent
And
it
it's
almost.
a beast.
It's so
no
heavy.
matter
It
what
was
printer
like
you have, it's a beast.
$100.
Yeah.
It was more good money after bad.
We took it
Oh.
to UPS and they're like, so, you know. And we did it, but
Yeah.
it's something to get that service. But, you know, see what the situation is.
Most and least expensive costume. I don't do a great job of keeping the most and least. I would say the least was probably something really simple like Rey from the Rise of Skywalker. But even still, like it adds up. I remember thinking with Ahsoka, because I did keep track a little bit, and my biggest one single ticket item was the $80 I spent on her pants fabric. So everything else like $20 here, $20 there. Okay, but if you $20 here, $20 there enough times, you get to like $500 or $600. So it's I don't always think of it when I'm doing it. So I want to say probably one of the Reys or Leia was the least expensive, because Leia was just 8 yards of fabric and then vinyl and metal and her hair buns. That feels like maybe Leia. And then most expensive might be Zori Bliss, only because of the boots.
Oh, interesting.
But Val was pretty expensive too. I made her jacket twice. I made her jacket once out of fake leather and then once of actual leather. And with actual leather, obviously you can't buy yardage because you're buying animal skin. So you have to get enough that are dyed exactly the same, and you have to buy them by skin. And it was an intense purchase. I think I used a birthday gift card. Mood Fabrics, thank you.
Nice.
So it's the materials, you know, and that's not even my time.
Yeah.
I got some weird feedback from that. I did that video about upgrading my Spider-Man suit, that I said for $50 I upgraded this, and it was $50 worth. It was like $35 for the suit, the paints, the blah 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 blah. People were like, that doesn't assume your time. I'm like, I'm not selling it. It's for me, you know. I'm just talking about the materials that my personal money investment.
Sure.
If I was selling that, which I wouldn't, obviously I would not sell it for $50. My goodness, you
That's
know,
right.
the time it took to do all this little. It was actually really fun, but the squeezing on the hand.
That was that puff paint.
Yeah.
Puffy paint. Yeah, I remember.
That video did amazing here.
That's cool.
It's like the most viewed costume making video on YouTube for me.
Huh. That's great.
But who doesn't love Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man.
And the comments are so wild. Like some are like, looks exactly the same, and some are like, oh, it's so different.
Right.
So. But I think that's what helps bring those suits to life. Like I don't want to sew a Spider-Man suit. Like I can get a perfectly fine one off Amazon. But if I wanted to look a tiny bit elevated with a little bit of work and time, anyone can do it.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I use a sewing machine or tools or nothing. I use puff paint and a squeezy tube.
Sure.
Anyway, so can you make Darth Vader in a Trooper Mom video? I don't have a Darth Vader costume. I have a friend who was in it once super early on, but I don't think Vader's in Trooper Mom Grogu's world. I get a lot of comments about making a clone trooper costume. It is not in the for soon plan, but I could see doing that. The clones are cool. I think there's a lot of clone story possibility. I missed a conversation. Oh, people are having a conversation over chit-chatting,
Oh, people are talking to each other.
I guess.
Yeah.
What is your favorite video? I love that's such a nice question.
Favorite video to watch. Favorite video to make.
I'll tell you what. I am proud. I am very proud of the writing. It's one of the earlier ones I did where that rebel pilot dies and goes to heaven and meets God, and it's Leia. I remember writing that, and I still, because I don't want to carry a tablet, or actually I print it out and I have a piece of paper out there when I go outside to show, because having a piece of paper is easier than like dropping a phone in the grass, which I've done and broken one. So I remember printing it out and looking at it like, man, I nailed this writing. I was really proud of the writing on that one. So I know that was a while ago, but I remember thinking the one I just kind of published about Bo-Katan fixing the Darksaber. I'm like, that writing was pretty good. And I liked how I did my performance as Bo-Katan. I was like, see it working, don't you? I like how she kind of sasses Grogu back. I like their dynamic very much. Those just came to mind.
I like your costume closet stuff. A lot. I
that's
think
so great,
I
honey.
think Jyn Erso's attitude is hilarious, and I think those are really fun. You did the one just the other day where Figment shows up, and they make fun of Figment for being a Halloween costume. I just think those are really funny. I like those a lot.
Thank you. I get comments about those.
Yeah.
People come to me at conventions and stuff and mention those, and
Yeah,
it still
they're-
blows my mind. Like,
It's a lot of work because you're up there with like 6 different costumes.
but it's so inside baseball. Like,
Yeah.
but maybe that's why everyone has a closet, and you think you assign personalities to your clothes and stuff like that. So,
Remind me? Does Grogu has a Christmas song, doesn't he? Didn't you do a Christmas?
Jingle bells, wake up and deck the halls.
I
Time
forget.
to open presents yet, I haven't slept at all.
That's right. That's right. That's the one.
and he has Monday Night Football song, and he has the birthday song.
Right.
I've been up since 3.
I've been up since 3.
Yeah.
That's right.
Bye, Austin. Favorite Marvel character? I can't pick one. It's Wanda, and it's Gamora, and boy, it's hard to not throw Jennifer Walters in there. And it's all MCU too. I really like She-Hulk. I just rewatched She-Hulk kind of recently. I'm like, dang, that was fun. I like that
That's
one.
funny.
How about you?
Yeah, I like Tony and Doctor Strange.
And Ant-Man too. You're-
And Ant-Man. Yeah, Ant-Man's fun too.
Austin is still leaving. Austin, I love having you here. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We're watching Return of the Jedi on TV right now. We'll go ice skating it's technically not our backyard, it's a lake. So it's not our property, but it's a lake that the whole neighborhood shares. And it has to freeze before we can skate on it. So it
Yeah.
won't be anytime soon. We haven't even had snow yet. So, but if it does freeze to a level where it's safe, I could definitely get out there and skate again. It'd be super fun.
January, February, hopefully.
What do you think about the sequels in Star Wars? We enjoyed them.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Star Wars hater. You know what I mean?
There's plenty for everybody.
There's plenty for everyone.
Yeah.
Is it everyone's favorite? No, but some aren't my everyone's favorite thing. Listen, Star Wars is a big restaurant. You're always going to invite your friends. You're going to recommend it, and you might not order the same dish that your friend orders, but you're going to go to the same restaurant and you're going to love it, and you're going to say this restaurant is great, and you got to go.
Yeah.
So,
Listen, content is good, right? And what's the alternative? Is to not do new stuff. Well, that doesn't seem right.
we had no new Star Wars
So,
movies for a long time.
why not?
How
Like,
is
let's
that
do it.
better?
Yeah,
You know
let's
what I
do
mean?
it.
It's good. We do not have any kids. Hey, Claire. Favorite Star Wars character? I love that one. Oh, thanks, Tigger, for coming by. Favorite? Is there any character you want to do in a video but can't do yourselves? What's funny about that is I don't start there, like I do with what I have, because of my hobby. I do have quite the closet of a selection to choose from. Mostly it would be, I think, big sets and props, right? Like people ask me about the TIE pilots, the video I posted today, about when are they going to get rescued. I'm like, well, I would need to learn how to animate a TIE fighter in Blender, which I don't know how to do at all. I would have to sit down and learn that and get really good at it and get it to a level where YouTube audiences would not criticize me for it. Because you got YouTube audiences, they're the best, they're the most sad. Like if it was TikTok or Instagram, I could have like a little paper cutout TIE fighter and like but YouTube doesn't you guys don't let me do that. Like you know, you got your standards are super high. It's amazing. Like it's filmmakers here on YouTube. So I think that would be somewhere if I ever wanted to say, you know, I'm gonna wrap this up, they're gonna be rescued or they're gonna have a dream sequence of they're rescued, it's not real. Like I would need to somehow figure out the ships. And I think that would be the limitation that I've run into more than a character. You know what I mean? Because I can make the costume. I've made many.
Sure.
I have many, but sets and like spaceships, I don't have any of that. So I have my backyard. That's why everything takes place in the backyard or inside my house.
Right.
You know? All right, we're gonna do a couple more questions, then we gotta wrap it up probably. Favorite Sith Lord. Favorite Star Wars character I'm not ignoring. I've just answered a bunch of times. It's Leia. It's Jyn Erso. It's Chirrut Imwe from Rogue One. I love him because he's like a fan of Star Wars.
Krennic. I like Krennic.
Favorite Sith Lord. I mean, I hate to say they're all kind of the same sometimes. I know you guys can get mad when I say that, but like sometimes they don't differentiate themselves enough for me. They're just like so mustaching, twirling villains, you know. I think we've gotten the best look at Anakin, so Vader's a pretty good one. I like Maul's look. I think Maul's have been interesting too, you know. He was very, in the prequels, obviously, he had a very, like, short part and was very, like, villain. Then after what happened to him happened, then he got to do other things, and you got to see that more in, like, Rebels and stuff, and I thought it was cool. So. But I play that video game, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and there's all these Sith Lords, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. They're not as fun to play for me, but...
What was the character, the bad guy's name in Solo was...
Well, Maul shows up at the end, but do you mean like Drayden Voss?
Dryden Voss is what I was thinking of. I know he's not
Paul,
a Sith Lord.
Paul
but-
Bettany?
Yeah,
It's
Paul
Vision.
Bettany. Yeah.
He's so scary.
I thought he was cool. I mean, he throws those knives around, but
He's not a Sith Lord.
No,
He's just a
baddie.
he's a smuggler.
Yeah.
Crime boss. Crime boss.
Crime boss.
Favorite Jedi ever? So many good ones. I mean, I can't pick one. It's like Rey, it's Ahsoka, it's Luke. I'm definitely more of a blaster in my hip kind of character girl. Because what I just said about Sith Lords being kind of boring, sometimes the Jedi are kind of boring too. Listen, you know what I mean? They're like, they have all these rules and
There's the temple.
and they can't have attachments,
Yeah.
and, like, you know, they're very devout, and that can be admirable for sure, but maybe not always interesting. So but obviously total personal preference. So I'm more into, like, smugglers and scoundrels and regular people trying to, like, choose a side kind of thing.
Just get it done.
When's your next video? What is my next video? We got the Christmas tree. I'll post a video about us getting the Christmas tree up, and
Did
that's
you
this
post
week.
that yet?
I posted that. I try to mix up the platforms. If you don't know that about me, I also post on Instagram and on TikTok. I'm pretty much YouTube first, but some things lend themselves more to the other two a little bit, maybe. So I just mix it up so it's to keep everybody guessing and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what I'm always doing. I don't like always posting the exact same video in the exact same place at the exact same time. So the Christmas tree one already went on TikTok, and that'll go on YouTube tomorrow. More with the Ahsoka build. Yeah, I am coming. I try to post every single day. Sometimes during the middle of the week, I need to take a day off just to, like, get caught up because it's a busy time of year. But yeah. All right, we gotta wrap. Speaking of busy time of year, it's 2:00. I gotta wrap it up. Thank you, everyone,
Thank
for being
you.
here.
Great to see
It was
everyone.
great to see everyone. Jeremy, thank you for joining us.
Oh, it's
Your first
so fun.
YouTube live. Wasn't it
YouTube
great?
Live, it's cool. Yeah, I like it. I can't read the comments, but I like it.
Well, I handled it so.
You took care of it.
So many comments. I know I didn't get to everyone, but I really appreciate it. I saw one quick question last about games I play. I don't have a console, but I play mobile games. I play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, my favorite game. I also play Disney Magic Kingdoms to kind of relax.
The wizard's out walking around now.
They do the Wizard, and the Black Cauldron just came to the game. Ooh. And then when am I working on Galaxy of Heroes? I'm trying to relic all my troopers because that team is a beast. And then I kind of stopped my General Anakin Skywalker quest to go do that. I'm gonna do Gas, and then probably get a Galactic. I don't have any Galactic Legends, so.
Well, enjoy your Sunday, everybody.
Yeah,
Great to
well,
see
I'll try to
everyone.
it's just been a busy time of year. I'll try to do more lives.
Yeah, for sure.
But-
Holiday season. Good to see everybody.
Good to see everyone.
Everybody.
Oh.